Good morning, thriving warriors and those who wish they were. I'm Ed Bevilacqua, and Alexa, what is the date and time?
It's 6:09 a.m. Have a good morning, Edward.
Thank you. What is the date, Alexa? Alexa, what's the date?
It's Wednesday, August 3rd.
Okay, for the final question, Alexa, what is the weather today?
Right now in Vermont, it's 79 degrees Fahrenheit with partly sunny skies. Today's forecast has some sun and thunderstorms, with a high of 99 degrees and a low of 76 degrees.
Great. Okay, so we're at 1 minute into it, ready to get started. This is Thriving Warrior Career Services, where our goal is to help you get from where you are to someplace better in your life. We do that through these tiny little breadcrumbs, as Nancy Kane says in her famous talk. Little breadcrumbs that you can pick up and follow that lead you someplace better. Things that you can easily follow, digest, contemplate, think of, apply to your life, etc. So today we're talking about the idea of change. Actually, the belief in people of I can't change. So twice in this past week, students have said to me, I can't change. I've been this way for 30 years. What I say to myself is, you're just giving yourself permission to fail. However, what I say to them is, really? You can't change? Really? Just to try to get a little edge in there that, well, maybe I can't change. And I say, okay, imagine you're sitting next to yourself who you were 10 years ago. Have you changed? Is that person sitting next to you the same person you are today? Well, certainly physically you've changed, right? Health-wise you've changed. Have you learned more things? Have you, do you use different technology? Do you like different music? Do you have different favorites? Okay, so what do you mean you haven't changed? You've changed a lot in 10 years. And people they agree, yeah, I guess it's true. I have changed a lot. If I was sitting next to myself 10 years ago, if myself of 10 years ago was sitting here next to me now, I have changed a lot. I would say I've learned more. I'm wiser. Maybe I'm more stupid. Maybe back then I had some ideas and goals, and today I see life has crushed me. But I can see, yeah, I've changed a lot. I can still see parts of me in there, but I've changed a lot. Then I say, well, now imagine yourself 10 years from now sitting next to you. Imagine what you look like. Will you have changed? Yeah, right. Especially if you're 50 today and you're going to be 60, you will start rapidly declining. Will be more noticeable, at least, let's say that. Especially if you don't have good lifestyle. Yeah. Will you have learned more? Yeah. Will you have different skills? Yeah. Will you like different music that doesn't even exist today? Yeah. Will you have a job that's different than your job today? Hopefully. But if it's not, will it be a different job? Yeah, because technology changes everything. So in what way will you not change? What way are you the same person? You're not. You're not the same person you were 10 years ago. You're not the person you will be 10 years from now. And down below in the notes, there's a TED Talk from Dan Gilbert. I think he was at Harvard at this time, talking about your future self, thinking about your future self. And he's an expert. He really breaks it down, and you can get the idea. And if you accept the idea that you're going to change, why not change for the better? Why not plan the direction you're going to go if you're going to change? And the question is, how do you do that? Well, at 5 minutes and 5 seconds, the simple answer is you create good habits. You get rid of bad habits. Smoke one less cigarette per day. How do you do that? You get a pack, you take out one cigarette and you break it, you do this, and you throw it away. Or 2 or 3 or 4. Okay, you're going to spend the money for the cigarettes, right? You're going to smoke them. You know it's not good for you, but you have a habit of smoking. And so non-consciously you get triggered and poof, all of a sudden you're sucking on a cylindrical object. And then anyway, whatever. Okay. Replace bad habits with good habits. It takes discipline, but you can start out little baby steps. And all you have to do is accept that our self-identity is made up of our self-beliefs. If you believe you're not going to change, if you believe you cannot change, that you are the same person today that you always were and you always will be, then you're going to get stuck in the bad habits that you have. If you get that you are a product of a changing society, if you get that, then you will do things to change. Habit, just form good habits. Slowly, if necessary, break bad habits. Okay, so looking back, commitment and process. So committed to change. You have to be committed to whatever the thing is that you want to do. You have to be committed, and then you need to have a process. So let's say you're committed to running a marathon in 1 year. Now you have to have a process to go about doing that. And you start out small. It could be going on a 5-minute walk. It could be going on, then you increase it. Then maybe you jog a little bit. And you just continue to do a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And you can do it in a straight line. Say, well, I need to add 2 miles a month to my sustained time. So first I need to go 2 miles, then 4, then 6, then 8. Or you can say, well, it's going to be more like this. Once I get up to 16 miles, then I can jump to 20 and then 24. You can do something like that. But once you're in better shape, it's easier to do things. So that's up to you. But commitment starts with the commitment to change. And then you have to have a process that leads to that. And you should have coaches, mentors, sponsors, supporters, which you have right here. You have that in Thriving Warrior. Okay, and just remember our self-interest, our self-identity is only made up of our self-beliefs. Now let's see what Seth Godin has to say about this subject. He says, time and focus and energy. Sooner or later, they're all finite. And the way we allocate our time and emotional energy determines what gets done. True. The way we allocate our time and emotional energy determines what gets done. So if we don't have a lot of time to do something or our emotional energy is really low, oh, this sucks, I don't want to do it. What? If we don't allocate our time and the way we allocate our time and emotional energy determines what gets done. We were really committed last week to move 9 tons of rock, and we allocated our time well. We got it done in 3.5 hours. If we audited your day in 6-minute increments, what would we find? Right. By the clock, how did you actually spend the time given to you? We each get the same 24 hours. How much was spent on work and the work time? How is it correlated with what creates the value you seek? How much was spent on work and the work time? How is it correlated with what creates the value you seek? A question that's harder to measure, but with far more impact of the time you allocated. What was your focus and emotional drive spent on? Yeah. What was your focus and emotional drive spent on? If your emotional drive was, I just want to get this over with, I don't really care, well, the results are going to be, reflect that. What were the crises and highlights of the last day or week? There's generally a gulf between what we say we did all day and what we actually did. And there's an even bigger chasm between the urgencies and emotional moments and the ones we know actually pay off. When we give away our day, we give away our future. When we give away our day, we give away our future. Okay. Thank you. Once again, Seth Godin. Here we are at 10:59:11. And I will say, see, I didn't even need to say it. All I needed to say is I will say. I will say, boom, Navy SEAL Maxim. Yesterday was the only easy day. As Charlene said, make something happen. Let's go make something happen today. We've got 24 hours. Everybody has the same 24 hours. See what you can get done today. Use your time. Think about minimizing, reducing, eliminating bad habits, replacing them with good habits. How about have a goal of saving $5 a day, a week? Here's an easy way to do it. Get an Acorns card. I will post something on Career Services, a link to get a Acorns card. Link it to your main debit card, and it will round up, or you can have it set to just take $5 a week out of your account, set it aside, and it will even invest it for you automatically. Stash can do the same thing. Cash App, I think, can do the same thing. Just have it automatically taken out. Just create a tiny little habit of take a little bit of time to get this set up, save $5 a week, and then increase it to 10. Ultimately, you want to get to $200 a week, because then you can invest that in a house. But that's a different topic. We're at 12:36, and I will say cut.